Hi everyone, Amy here from Amy's Planner and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a lovely day. Firstly, yes, I still have a cold, so I hope that my voice isn't too croaky. But I really wanted to share with you the new cover that I'm going to make for this planner that I'm making for myself. So as much as I love the size and everything, the cover is not really doing it for me. Yes, it was a fantastic purchase, 99 cents at Officeworks. Definitely go for it. But it's just a bit like it doesn't look like a special planner, and it doesn't have that, you know, that wow factor and that sense of what's the word I'm looking for? That sense of cherishment or whatever, because I haven't really gone to the effort of making it look like something special. And I want it to be something special. Like, I'm really enjoying using it and I'm feeling really glad to be back in a planner. So yeah, I thought, I should do something to show how important it is to me and to really emphasize that connection. And so I'm going to make a slip cover, which, as the name suggests, is a cover that you slip on. So here's one I made earlier just out of some paper, out of some old Christmas paper actually. And what you do is see if I can get it in here, is you slip this bit in here. So when I show you how I make this out of some different paper, I'm going to tell you why Christmas paper is not the best one to pick. But let me just try and get it all together and I'll show you. The once you do get it on and it's all sitting right, it looks something like this. So it's just a cover that slips on. You can replace it, which, if you know me, know that I like to be able to like change things up. And yeah, so I just thought that I can have a cover that, suits the planner a bit more than, well, the yellow cover. So basically it's a big piece of it's a big rectangle of paper folded together so you can slip things into the front through here and here. Again, I just use Christmas paper to get my sizing and everything. I don't love the Christmas paper. It's really flimsy. It's very hard to get a nice crease. But it was a really good test, so I'm glad that I did that. But what I'm actually going to use is this old piece of yellow wrapping paper, which I have hoarded for years and years and years. It actually came in an old Icy Peppermint mystery box. I probably have the unboxing from this. It would be 4 years ago, I think. A long time. Icy Peppermint mystery boxes don't happen anymore, which is super disappointing because they were amazing. But I kept this for years, and it is a bit, like, it's a bit scratched up. It's got this on it still. But I really love the print. I'm going to use it this way. Really love the print. I really love the crispness of the crispness of the paper. And I just think it's going to make a really great cover for a planner. So first thing I'm going to do, I don't know why I didn't do this when I first got it, but I'm actually going to cut the sticker in half so it's not sort of there anymore. I'm going to still have the sticker, like I'm not going to get rid of it, because if I try and pull it up, the whole paper rips. And so I've used it at some point so I didn't get glue on my desk, so it's a bit sticky. There is this bit here where I've pulled it up. That's going to be on the back of my planner, like the back inside of my planner. So actually it will look like this. So there will be a little bit of that showing in on the back, between the back and the back cover, but it shouldn't be too bad. So what you need to do to make a slip cover is you need to get your book, whatever you're going to cover. It doesn't matter what size book you're going to cover. It could be this size. It could be, I'm just going to grab a book from over here because there are always books around my house. Could be a book this size with a spine. This is just a text. This is the New Year 12 text for those of you who teach in Victoria. But yeah, so it could be any size. What you need to do is make sure you've got about 1.5 inches either side at the top of your book. So 1.5 inches is about 4 centimeters, I think. I'm just going to check that. I don't do the whole, you know, measuring things very well. So 1.5 inches would bring it to about here. And same at the top. So about 1.5 inches. I don't want to cut like a couple of mils off the top of this, so I don't mind that it's not perfect. And then when you open it, it needs to be about 3 inches wider. I'm going to put proper measurements up here. But when you open it and it sits in the middle, it should be about 3 inches wide each side. So I think I've got 3.5 just because, again, it doesn't seem worth cutting just a little bit off the pages. The other thing is, when I looked at a couple of different examples, they all said that when you're folding your edges up, you need to leave 1/4 inch. I think it makes it too big, so I'm not going to leave that much space when I fold my sides up, like these bottom and top bits. But I'm still going to leave a little bit so I've got some leeway. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fold it just like this at the bottom. And just like this at the top, which should hopefully give me that little extra bit of space because it's got to fold over that extra bit of thickness for the book. So again, I'm just going to push everything down. It is much nicer using a crisp paper. It folds really nicely. It folds really nicely. And just so I know where the middle is, I'm going to fold it here again. Oh, it's so nice to fold. Compared to the wrapping paper, it's fantastic. Now, I know it's probably a bit crooked. That's just me. I'm very good at getting things crooked. So when I fold it over and I put it in, you can still see that there is a gap at the top and the bottom, which is fine. You want that so it's easier to move around. But pretty much that's what my book's going to look like. Now, I didn't do a this is what you need at the start because really you need some paper. And the rest you can kind of make work. I do like to use a bit of double-sided tape just to give my top and bottom a little bit of sturdiness, just because otherwise they flap around a bit. The one that I made, the wrapping paper one, it's probably my 3rd one that I made out of wrapping paper. So I made one out of just some regular paper, not as thick as this. Then I made it out of wrapping paper, and then I've made it out of wrapping paper twice, sorry. And I found that if I don't tape it down here, it doesn't sit as nicely. So just a little bit of tape in the center. You could use glue, you could use a glue stick, you could use glue tape. I have double-sided tape around, so I've just used that. All right, so that's just a little bit of an added luxury for me. Put this in the middle, open the book up. And I'm just going to check that is the middle. Yeah, that's the middle. And then you fold the edges in like this on one side, and then you flip the whole thing over. And you do the same thing. You just fold it over as straight as you possibly can get it. Now, I'm not great at getting things straight, so I know that mine's got a bit of an angle on it. Again, doesn't matter. Works for me. And then take all that out. Get your edges really crisp. You could use a bone folder or anything else really you wanted to get these really crisp. Like I said, I know mine's crooked, but it's not going to matter when it's all sitting in together because I'll just neaten it up in the middle. Like that. See, it's so pretty. If you're a little bit more, if you're a bit more of a perfectionist in terms of those things, which I can be sometimes, but as it turns out, not with this sort of task, you could, you know, use a scoreboard and a bone folder and, you know, rule some lines and everything. And that's a really great way of doing it. It's just not my way of doing it, as you can clearly see. And then you just fold this bit. So basically what you're doing is you're putting the edges of the notebook into here and here. And there is an easy way of doing it. I'm just not very good at it. So I'm just gonna take it off screen for a second so you can see how, you can't see how bad when I'm bending my covers. And there we go. And now my planner has a cover. Now you could put some tape, some double-sided tape in here just to give it a little bit of rigidity, I suppose. I actually don't think it needs it. Like, it seems to sit quite well without it. Like, it's not gonna come out, which is good. And it means that, you know, if you've got a really nice piece of paper, you can use it for this. I've made no cuts. You don't necessarily need to put the double-sided tape in here. I've just done it because it makes it easier to get all this to sit nicely. But, you know, you could use all sorts of different pieces of paper and not damage them and just like rotate them out and then use them for other things as well. I think, you know, that's really a great thing about this sort of cover. Like, it is very flexible. You can do all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it is a super fun way of making a cover, and I am really excited. I am not so excited that it has a bit of a bend in it, but hey, that's me and not ruling things, isn't it? That's okay. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I know it was a quick video, but hey, it was fun. I really enjoyed sharing it with you. I'll see you later. Bye.